Good morning, happy Sunday and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be all about travel essentials. There are so many things that when we went to the Maldives I wish we would have packed and would have made our lives so much easier, and there were so many things that I was like, thank goodness that we packed this, and it has been such a lifesaver. So I wanted to share these with you in the hope that it might help anyone traveling with their baby for the first time. I'm not including clothes because I have no idea whether you're traveling to a cold destination or a hot destination. It's kind of semi-based off a hot destination here because I've got a few swimming things that I think were great. In terms of clothes, that can be for another video, but today is all about things that make your life as a parent so much easier when traveling with a baby. Before we get started, please don't forget to hit subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up if you like it, because it really helps to support my channel. I am posting videos every single Sunday, and guys, I have a really exciting 12 days of Christmas giveaway starting on the 12th of December. This is a little bit of a sneak peek because I haven't announced it on my Instagram yet, but the whole giveaway is going to be running on my YouTube community page. So if you haven't already ticked the bell on my YouTube community page, please do go there, familiarize yourself with it, because I am doing 12 days of 12 amazing gifts to go to 12 incredible people. So I'm really excited about that and I can't wait for it to launch, but more on that is coming. There are some incredible prizes though, so just a little heads up. And in true holiday spirit, I thought I'd wear one of my favorite little holiday outfits. It's like this long skirt. I just feel very holiday and beach vibes in it, which I absolutely love. It's from a beautiful designer, which I will link below. And of course, all the products I mentioned now, I will link them below as well to make your life easier. So I'm going to break this video up into 3 sections. Number 1 is going to be all feeding, formula, foodie bits, stuff like that. Number 2 is going to be toys, swimming related, all those kind of things. And then number 3, I guess, is a little bit of a miscellaneous section, sleep, just things that you definitely do need for travel as well. So anyway, let's get started with section number 1, which is all about feeding. I'm going to kick off with the milk side of this. Bear in mind I'm on formula, so this is directed to mummies who are using formula. Those who are breastfeeding, you probably need a lot less because you just have wonderful milky boobs. But for those of us who are on formula, these are some things that you definitely do need. Now obviously you need a bottle, and obviously you're not going to forget that, but Jack and I packed 3 bottles, which was so stupid. And I wish we had packed 5. That way we would have had a full day worth of feeding. We could have gone to breakfast the next morning, asked them to help us sterilize them and clean them, and then kind of started afresh. But we were just going forward back and forth all day trying to clean the bottles, and it was just a little bit of a nightmare. So I think 5 bottles, whilst they are a little bit bulky, is a really good number to bring. And on that note, we did not bring a brush. This brush is specifically for this bottle, so presumably whatever bottle you have, there are cleaning brushes made for it. But we didn't bring a brush, which meant that whilst the kitchen and the hotel were really helpful in terms of putting them in boiling water for us and sterilizing them, I always smelt that kind of milky residue on the bottle, and I just felt a bit bad that really he didn't have like a spotless clean bottle the entire trip because we weren't able to scrub it. So okay, fine, a little bit bulky, but realistically it squishes up, and I would definitely bring a brush with you of some sort to clean your bottles. Now this little number is not only a great teething tool for your baby, because Alfie absolutely loved chewing that bit. This is a formula stacker, so very simple. You've got different sections and your formula goes into there. But it's not just about having a compartment for the formula, it's about the lid of this, which made life so simple. Basically, when you're on a plane and you're trying to like pour formula into a bottle, that is almost impossible. This one has an attachment at the top, and then you have your formula in the top container and you open up your bottle, you just go straight in like that, and there's no spillage, and it makes life super simple. So anytime we poured our formula into the water that we had sterilized, and that was just a game changer for the entire trip. So I definitely recommend getting some kind of formula storage, so that if you're out on the beach or you're by the pool, you don't have to bring a pre-made bottle up with you, or you don't have to bring a full tub of formula. But also I would really recommend one that has that kind of bottle cap to it, because I don't know if that's the intention of it, but it is really convenient. And then the last note of bottles is to buy these. So these are little travel caps that go onto the bottle. So we use Dr. Brown's bottles, but I'm sure, as I said, any bottle that you guys use will have some form of travel cap. But try shaking up a bottle with your normal lid on it, and it just goes absolutely everywhere. And also whenever you pack this in any kind of beach bag, it's inevitably going to spill over, and we did have a few of those moments when we didn't use this. So this is a little game changer. You just pop it onto the top. A, it means you can shake your bottle really easily, but B, it means you're not going to get any spillage. They're cheap as chips from what I can remember, but yeah, I definitely recommend getting some little travel caps to go with whatever bottles you're using. Probably one of our best brings of the trip. If I had to pick one thing that made our life very easy, it was this. This is Tommee Tippee storage bowl, and it has a little space here for a spoon to go in it. This is not the spoon that belongs with it. I can't find it for the life of me, so we've obviously lost it on holiday. The spoon just goes in here, and then it clips down like so, so that you can have a dirty spoon kept away so it's not touching all your clothes or anything in the suitcase, and also so that you can keep a clean spoon clean. But this was brilliant because what we did is we took it to breakfast each morning, asked the hotel to kindly whip up some kind of porridge or anything that he was going to eat that day, be it some pumpkin or sweet potato or some fish or something, and we asked them to put it in here, and then we would take it back to the room and put it in the fridge, because Alfie eats lunch around 11 AM each day, which is obviously not in time for breakfast at the hotel and not in time for lunch at the hotel. So having a portable container that we could use to take away food with us was just super helpful. And this one actually stacks, so you have two little bowls plus your top here, plus the spoon that goes in. I would definitely recommend bringing some spoons, because what we found at that hotel, it's a beautiful hotel and super accommodating for lots of baby stuff, and they had children's spoons, but they were little metal children's spoons, and he obviously doesn't eat with metal spoons. And in addition to that one, which was great because we could put breakfast or lunch in there, we also brought this one, and I used this for the morning of the airport. I put his own porridge in there, which I made. This one is from Baber, and it's a glass one that can be heated up, and it's a no spill one as well, so that one was really convenient, and it's a good little size to pop in your nappy bag or handbag or whatever it is you're using. So yeah, 2 bowls and your own spoons, really essential if Bub is starting to eat food at the moment. Bib, really simple one. It's not a full coverage one, so it didn't save all his outfits, but if I hadn't brought a bib, we would have had to change every single outfit, every single meal, and this did save us a lot, and it just packs up really thinly. So we actually threw this in last minute, but I'm really glad we brought it because it helped us a lot. Water bottle, Alfie's drinking a lot of water at the moment, so any kind of water bottle that has a lid. He likes this one, which is again from Baber, and also one from Tommee Tippee, which was super cheap and really basic, but he absolutely loves it. But again, we've lost it and I don't know where it is, so I'm gonna have to buy a new one of that. A water bottle with a no spill lid. And then finally, in terms of foodie bits, whilst the hotel was super accommodating in terms of giving us food to put in a container, there were definitely some breakfasts or some lunches or some dinners that we didn't have time to get stuff made, or on the plane we needed something, and so just pack a few packets because they make your life so much easier. We use Little Freddy a lot. He loves this one, carrot, chickpeas and pumpkin seed butter, and obviously you got Ella's Kitchen too, which is a hugely popular brand. I think we brought 6 in total and we didn't end up using all of them, but the packets along with, I had to get this from downstairs, the packets along with a pack of porridge as well. Folded it up and sellotaped it up, and I just knew that worst case scenario, if there was something that he didn't like at the hotel, or if they weren't as accommodating as they happened to be, then we could just give him porridge every single morning with a mashed banana or something like that. And then finally, a little snack for the plane. So we found these not so much for him to eat them and to fill himself up, but just to keep himself busy. They're little melty organic carrot puffs. These are really useful. So we just packed in one of these into my nappy bag. He literally had like 2 or 3 over the course of each plane journey. So yes, they were useful. So that is food, milk, containers, everything fully covered. I know it seems like a lot, but actually looking at it is quite a small amount and will just make your life 1,000 times easier. So that is the food section of it. Now let's go on to sleep. Monitor is obviously number 1. Please don't judge me here, but our plan was to have Alfie in the room in the evening. We would put him to bed, do his bedtime routine, set up our monitor, and then we were planning on going for dinner ourselves while we hired a babysitter to stay in the room with him. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, they wouldn't allow babysitters in the room, which was a little bit of an annoyance for us because we kind of had these like romantic dinner plans. But as it happened, it was a really good learning curve in terms of getting used to bringing Alfie out for dinner with us and getting him to sleep at dinner. So in some ways, I'm really thankful. But regardless, this was great because it meant that during the day when he did his naps, we could set up the monitor and we could go out and get some sun in the villa and just have a little bit of us time knowing that we could hear him. We weren't too far away, but the glass doors are quite soundproof. So this is the monitor we brought. It's the iBaby. It's not actually our monitor at home. We have the Nanit, which I absolutely love, and it's a game changer of a monitor, but this one was just easy to transport, and we have our Nanit all set up, so I just kind of wanted to leave that one where it was, and this is our old one. So yes, monitor is a number one. Now, a lot of people will bring their own bed sheets, which I think is a nice idea, just so your baby has a similar smell of what they're used to, but we didn't bring that. We didn't think it was massively necessary. However, what we did bring was his breathable bumpers. So these are safe, breathable bumpers, and I'm really happy we bought them. One, because I feel like the similarity thing, like he was used to looking at this when he woke up, and that was nice in terms of being in a new environment. But also, a lot of the time, Bub is in your own room when you're in a hotel, because there's not a separate area. And this is actually quite good just for kind of blocking their vision a bit, so that they can't get excited by seeing absolutely everything that's going on in the bedroom and all the new things. I'm really glad we bought these. They are a bit bulky. I guess they're not a total essential, but next time we go away, this will definitely be on our list again. Also, he often gets his legs trapped and arms trapped in the middle of the bumpers, so I feel like this keeps life a little bit safer. I know they're a little bit controversial, but anyway. You probably don't need me to say this, but bring whatever comforter your baby uses. I'm not going to dwell on that too much because it's pretty obvious. He has this little bear. So that is sleep done. Now I'm going to move on to swimming and toys, and then we're pretty much done. So I was very kindly recommended this by a few of my mummies on Instagram, so that was lovely because this was wonderful. This is a learn to swim training float, and what happens is they actually go front ways in the middle of it, and then it enables them to kind of just play around a little bit more rather than sitting upright, which Alfie tends to not like. So we had this float with us. It packs up really small, and he loved it, and it was really inexpensive. So a really great bring there. And then obviously you're going to need some little swimming nappies as well as your normal nappies. I'm not going to go through nappies and clothes because you know how many nappies you need and what clothes you want to bring, but I just thought I would just say swimming nappies are useful, of course. This is the only bit on clothes I'm gonna do, and it's just 2 swimming items. But number 1, hats, bring loads of them. I mean, literally 3 or 4, because one is always gonna get dirty and wet, and you just need to have them on constantly if you're going somewhere hot and super sunny. So little bucket hats like that were really useful. This one is from Petit Bateau, and this one is from Pure Baby. And then in terms of actual swimming gear, so some of the time we just put him in his nappy and lathered up on sun cream, but a lot of the time I put him in this full coverage suit, and whilst it is not cool at all, it was really useful. This little hat that goes over the top is great, because otherwise the back of their neck and their ears get really easily burnt. So it's 3/4 length, and it's got a zip in the middle, buttons at the bottom. They're not the easiest things to put on and off, and Alfie hates getting dressed. But as far as full coverage ones I found, this one is great. And as I said, I will pop the link down to everything below. And then we also brought a little swim one, which was just a top, which was useful just for kind of ease and to put on. And I quite like the happy watermelon here. That's the only thing I'm saying on clothes. And then of course you need to pack sun cream. I've got 2 here that I like to use for him. One is Herbaviva and one is Mad Hippie. They're organic, natural, and great for babies. So obviously lots of sun cream anywhere that you're going hot. And toys are a little bit of a dilemma, because you don't want to pack too many toys and have your suitcase chock-a-block full of all these things when they're going to an amazing place and just can discover lots of new things anyway. But it is really useful to have a few little toys that they love, that they can read or do or play with at breakfast, meal times, or just in the room. So we packed 3 of his favorite books. He absolutely loves these ones. That's Not My Lion, That's Not My Monkey. There's loads of different animals, but they're all feely books, and they've got little different feels throughout each page, and the colors are just really vivid, and the pictures are really easy to read. So he loved them. And then we just bought a noisy one as well, which he really likes. So definitely pack some books, 2 or 3. I found actually having more was necessary and useful. And then stacking cups, again, this was a suggestion from my mummies on Instagram, so thank you for that. Quick tip, don't put them in the sterilizer because it completely melts them. This used to be a stack of 8 cups, and they got so distorted in the sterilizer that I had to kind of miss out the middle one of each cup. So not exactly the best stacking cups, but these are really great. They can play with them in the sand, and They make lots of lovely loud noises when you bash them together, different colors, different shapes. So, and they're quite compact. So I feel like that is a really good toy to bring away with you. I don't know about your baby, but Alfie is obsessed with balls, absolutely loves just holding them all day long. So we just packed a little paddle ball, actually not a tennis ball. These are just a few other ideas. I know you're probably not gonna be able to get these exact toys, but something small, something like a rattle that makes sound that he or she can chew was a really good bring. Again, he's got a little banana that he likes to play with and does the same thing. Then we bought a little bath toy. And then finally, his favorite set of toys at the moment are these musical blocks that we bought him. They're bright, they're covered in animals, and they make sounds, they've got little things in them, and he loves them. So we bought a few of those blocks, and they're really easy for him to hold and make lots of loud noises with, which is what he loves doing right now. So that is the main bulk of things, but there is one other final section, which is a miscellaneous section, which I don't really know how to fit them in other than to say that I think they're really useful to bring. So number one, maybe this should have been included in the sleeping section, is a little night light. Obviously, hotels don't really account for needing a night light, and if you need to see what you're doing, yes, you can use your phone, but if your baby is anything like mine, then they just draw to the phone and they don't see anything else. They don't want their milk, and it wakes them up because it's so bright and vivid, and they seem to be obsessed with phones. So a little night light we found really useful. One we forgot that I wish we brought was nail clippers. It obviously depends how long you're going away for, but even after 5 days, his nails got so long and sharp. So I would definitely bring some little nail clippers. He has little pink ones. These are just great, they're easy. They've got a little sturdy thumb bit in here. Super basic, but they're perfect. And then I would suggest bringing a really good ointment because their skin gets super dry in the sun, and obviously if they're out swimming the whole time and they've got salt and chlorine and all those things, this one from Miscellaneous we find really rich and really moisturizing. So I would definitely recommend bringing something like that. And then another one we forgot was our little nose sucker. This we use all the time at home, but did not account for the fact that we would need to use it even more on holiday, because when they're in and out the water, when they've been traveling and the aircon is blowing and their nose gets really dry, there were lots of times that he was actually quite bunged up, and I wish we had this to suck out the boogers. I know it's a bit weird and a bit gross, but this is one of our best buys ever, and I wish we had brought it with us. So bring some kind of nose sucker, unless you have another revelationary product that I have no idea about. And then last but not least is bring some kind of great nappy bag. So we have, this is our nappy bag, which you guys probably have seen on my page a load of times before. It's an absolutely game-changing nappy bag. I love it. And you have little clips here that attach onto the pram. So we bought the yo-yo with us, and you have a cooler bag in here for your milk, and obviously we just brought this with us the whole time. We brought it on the plane. It's a rucksack, so you can be hands-free. This one is my love, and this is included in our 12-day Christmas giveaway. So as I said, make sure you are getting active and involved on my community page so you are ready when that launches on the 12th of December. But more to come on my Instagram, so give me a little follow down here. Every day you'll see what product is being launched and what you need to do and all the rest of it. The very last thing I did not bring upstairs was our pram. So we have the Baby Zen Yo-Yo 2. It's an epic travel pram. It's so good. I absolutely love traveling with it. It's light, it's easy to fold up, to put down. You can bring it straight onto the aeroplane, and that was just brilliant. And then there's 2 additions that I would have brought for him on a holiday that I will bring for him next time. Number one is this little footrest here, really good to attach it onto the base of the pram for when they're sleeping, because a lot of the time that we found when Alfie was fast asleep in the pram and his legs were dangling off the end, he would kind of twitch because they felt, I guess, like they were falling or not supported. And I've been told that that footrest is a really good addition to have for the yo-yo pram, if that's what you have. And then also something called a snooze shade. I hope I've got that right. Again, I'll pop a little picture here. So we were putting a lightweight muslin over his pram every night for going out for dinner when we wanted him to sleep, but apparently this is great. It attaches onto any pram, it's breathable, it blocks out the light, and it keeps it all nice and dark for them, which probably would have helped massively in terms of getting him to sleep in a busy restaurant or when the sun sun was still shining. So that is my roundup of everything that you need to go away with a baby. Obviously Alfie is 7 months, and a few of these things are impacted by the fact that he's eating and things like that. Hopefully that gives you some idea, even if your baby is slightly younger or slightly older. So that is it. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys next week, and I will see you for a very exciting little Christmas period. Please don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and if there's anything that I missed that you think would be really useful for other parents to know, then put that down there as well, as I'm sure everyone will find that really helpful. See you next time. Bye.